Hey everyone, I pulled some cards for this upcoming week, beginning, middle, and end, and just want to share what I received. It feels like there's something that we're completing this week. Maybe there has been something that has really oppressed us and that has kept us from moving forward. It feels like we've had a lot of really exciting and juicy creative energy. It feels like there is a door that's opening that we want to just like walk through, and that door is going to bring us so much happiness and so much juiciness, and just like I feel like we're feeling like, oh my gosh, this is the thing that I've been waiting for so long. And know that this like beautiful inspiration and this maybe fated or destiny moment, it doesn't happen very often. This card says just passing through. We don't always have like really great inspiration. We don't always have that kind of like fairy tale moment in our lives. And maybe, not to put the beginning of this week on a super high pedestal, but it feels like there is something that is hatching below the surface. Maybe there is some type of seed that you've planted that's starting to sprout a little bit. You're kind of feeling like, oh, I feel like something is coming or something is changing, but you can't necessarily see it. So the middle of the week is kind of saying like, remember to just like, before you go out and sign all the contracts and like throw all this money towards one specific thing, remember that we are also in a retrograde moment. So take a moment to just sit with it, reflect how far you've come, reflect on how much you've healed in the past few months, and really take your time before you really share what you're wanting to share, or do what you feel like you're really being called to do this week. This week feels like there is something like karmic. There's something coming back to you. There's something very ancestral that for me feels like an inheritance, or maybe there's some type of like role that you're walking into and you're like, I never thought I would be good at this role, but I think I'm kind of just naturally good at it. And it feels like these are kind of like ancestral gifts that are coming back to you, that are kind of showing you like, yeah, you've had this within you the entire time. Like you like could have been doing this, but you're playing. So this also a reminder to like continue to try new things, even if it doesn't feel like, is this for me? Why is this like in my field? Why is this like, in front of me? It feels like it's something very ancestral. Like, try something new. And here we have the past, and it feels like, how can you mend the past? How can you bring what your ancestors or those before you have done to this present moment, or even yourself? Have there been things that you really enjoyed doing as a kid that you can do now to help reconnect yourself with the inner child? Or also just like remember the things that you really liked. Maybe growing up you really liked playing the guitar and you're feeling like, I really want to get a guitar. It's for a reason, that is bringing you into something really beautiful. We have the Three of Cups here, abundance, celebration. Maybe you're meeting up with a few friends that you haven't spoken to in a long time, and you guys are all celebrating and contemplating on what you guys could work on together, what you can create together, but also just like, wow, we've gone through a lot, and this is what we want to create, this is what we want to do. And it feels like your dreams are really flowing. We have the Princess of Wands here, and I feel like I always see that card as like, oh wow, my life is starting, chariot moment, the waves of life are just taking me, and it just feels so like kind of impulsive and fiery and exciting. And it feels like the spirit is saying like, lean into that, ride the wave, and go with it. Because the end of the week, we get to this place of like balance, and maybe we've built some type of foundation. It feels like the beginning and middle of the week are building on a foundation, but maybe the end of the week you start to see like, oh, this is what I have built all these past months, all these past years, and you're able to see things maybe from a little bit of a bird's eye view. And through this, maybe a door is revealing itself to you. And you're like, I think this is where I need to go. I think this is what I need to do. And how exciting, what a blessing to be able to have this like wild year of the snake and then come into this kind of doorway moment that's like, I think it's ready. I'm ready to change. I think I'm ready to like move forward, because like it really feels like there have been like outside forces that have really been trying to dumb you down, or maybe it's like mental projections or beliefs, and it's kind of like you're self-sabotaging yourself, or it feels like there's something external to you that is sabotaging you. And this week is like a week to remember that there's so much support around you. And again, like this part of the reading, like these three cards from the same deck, they feel very like ancestral. It feels like there is someone maybe in your family, maybe a past partner, or just like somebody that is coming back into your field. I don't know. It feels like there is this like really special blessing and support here. And there's also a call here, call to action for all of us to really figure out if there is a spiritual practice that's also calling you. Is there a spiritual practice that you feel like can really ground all of this energy? Is there a specific lineage that you feel like you're being really called to? Maybe it's yoga, Egyptian cosmology, folk medicine, herbalism. There's so many different things, so many different lineages here. But it feels like there is like maybe some type of guide or ascended master that's wanting to reveal itself to you and say like, hey, I am the ascended master of Kundalini yoga, of Egyptian cosmology, of whatever. And it feels like they're coming forward to kind of remind you like, hey girl, this is something that is within your ancestral line, whether you see yourself as, you know, identifying as that specific lineage in this current lifetime, but know that, you know, a lot of us are connected to a lot of different lineages and modalities all around the world in a respectful, like non-appropriative way. But what is the specific spiritual lineage or modality trying to show you or teach you? Because it's trying to share some support with you as we move through a lot of these different trials. And I think with that, like, you have become this like person. I think through this you'll become this person that can really harness the mind. And maybe there's just like a lot of stuff going on in your mind, and it feels like this is a call to really focus on that, because it feels like there's like a lot of beautiful blessings, a lot of forward momentum. There is like the abundance and the foundation of like earthly pleasures, earthly delights. And it feels like in order to move forward in that, like the mind needs to be tip top CrossFit ass mind, like get it together. You know, you have to be consistent in what you want to dream into being. So that is what the reading of the week is. I could go for 300 more hours, but I'm sending you guys so much love, and I hope this was helpful and beneficial to your process. And I'm sharing with you so much love. Peace out.